We're here in New Taipei City in Taiwan, and we're at the headquarters of MEAN WELL, and I'm sitting here with the founder of MEAN WELL, Mr. Jerry Lin. And Jerry, I'm very honored to be able to visit you today. It's been a few years, and we're going to ask Jerry a few questions because Jerry's had a tremendous amount of success leading MEAN WELL as this #1 standard power supply manufacturer in the world. So Jerry, it's been a pleasure seeing you today, and we were talking a little bit about the success of MEAN WELL becoming the #1 standard power supply manufacturer in the world, and more importantly, the most reliable power supply partner in the world. And you recently accomplished $1 billion in revenue. And we were just discussing this. What are some of the key factors that you would attribute to the success for MEAN WELL to achieve the $1 billion in revenue over the past 40 years?
I think it's, this is more important is if you have this kind of the people to work for a long time. Mm-hmm. It's just like the MEAN WELL. We say, when we set up the company in 40 years ago, we choose MEAN WELL. Right. MEAN WELL is have good intention. Yes. If you have the good intention to everybody, you can get along with many people to go far. Right. This is very important. They have the one book name of the From Good to Great. Right. Now is name is the writer is Jim Collins. Yeah, this is something is if you need to find someone to go to bus, and you find someone is like #5 of leadership, and if they have the 3 steps. First is you find a good people, you have good thinking, then you have good action. Right. And you want to set up the system for long term. Right.
Jim Collins talks about making sure you have good people on the right seat on the bus. So making sure that the people are doing the right job that they're strong at doing. Right. And also you've had great relationships with your partners. Right. Suppliers, distributors, customers. How important has that been? Because I know that you look for long-term partnerships. Right. And you've looked for partners that want long-term partnerships. Right. That has been, can you talk a little bit about how important is that?
Then you can work for far away. Right. Yeah, you can build your step by step, then can look for go far away. Right. This is very, reliable should be very important, especially when you do for a power supply manufacturer, you are reliable should be very important factor. I think in MEAN WELL they have the 5 things is very important. Brand name, distributor, with a network. Then the computer side, computer you can collect.
So your technology, right?
Yeah, technology, and your innovation. Right. Innovation, continue to creation, right? Right. And the #5 is like you are needed to get certificate by some of other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things is very important.
And when you look at COVID, MEAN WELL responded the best. You rebounded so quickly and were able to be there for the market, for us, to manufacture power supplies immediately.
Thank you. We have good partner, right? Of course.
Right. Yeah, for almost 25 years now. Right. Right. Long time.
Long time.
And it's been a great journey. So I personally learned so much from you. Because when I started doing business with you, I was just a kid.
Yeah, you are young. You are still young.
I'm still young. I'm glad you are young. So.
And indeed is we need to how to let this kind of sustainable development group continue to work for a long time. Right. This is very important. We let every people continue like to work with MEAN WELL, like we can continue to work for a long time. This is very important. And of course, don't think is everybody is needed to support you. You need to show how is other people will follow up your strategy, or you insist that you do something is better than other. Right. This is very important.
Right. So are you excited about the next couple of years and getting the $2 billion?
Yes, I of course, we will do as we promised. So I always say, I eat more than I can chew. It's like this way. Right. So this is how do you let your company continue to grow? This is something what I always do.
So this is really important because you were talking to me earlier how you've been so successful and you have so much more, too much money now, and you're giving away to charity. So you're still pushing, and working hard, and you have more success than you need. But why do you still do it? What does it mean to you to be able to give back?
You know, the company is grows up. How is your company can grow up? Because I have many people is support you. Right. But if you give, then you get more. Right. If you don't give, then everybody will say bye-bye to you.
Right. So you just opened up the new Suzhou factory. You're going to be visiting it for the first time.
Right.
And
I've never been to there.
Never been there. So you've been able to successfully get this new factory built, enormous factory. So how's that going to impact the clients? What's the benefit for customers that are using MEAN WELL power supplies? Additional capacity is there, obviously, and also more fully automated production lines. Can you
it's indeed for the new facility. We say new Suzhou Smart Park, right? Right. This is they including everything. You can do anything. You can do for manufacturer, you can for the design, you can do for the component supplier, you can do the logistic. Is all is there. So they will just is like you show. Of course, if only the park is nothing, because you need the more people to go to there to work together. This is very important. This November 10th. Everybody will be there. You can find.
I'm looking forward to it.
Of course, you can see by your eye. But I never been to there because 3 years, because of the COVID-19 issue. I never been to there. Right. I have been, the only land I've been to there, but the building I never been to there.
So you were there
everybody
before any building began.
But I will be next month. I needed to go first.
Right.
Yeah, just like Alice say when I be there, they have 1 week. They needed to check everything is okay.
Yeah, beforehand.
Yeah, it's because by your eyes, this is real or not real, right?
That's great. So tell us a little bit. You're the founder of the SDG group now. Can you just tell us a little bit about the SDG group and what that means to you? It's SDG, Sustainable
Group.
Development Group?
Yeah.
Right.
And ESG. ESG is environment, social, and government. ESG. So I want to set up for 100 ESG company. Right. Now in MEAN WELL is they have the MEAN WELL Taiwan, MEAN WELL Guangzhou, MEAN WELL Suzhou, right? And also they have the MEAN WELL US and the MEAN WELL Europe, and we also will have the MEAN WELL Singapore. Singapore will control for Asian. Right. They also have the MEAN WELL Asia, MEAN WELL Malaysia. Right. Yeah, they will have more and more people work together. Of course. Expansion. And we also will have more of other company name of the partners or shareware. This is everyone needed to thinking is how is your next generation. Right. You do something is better for your
next generation. Right. So what do you want to best be known for? Like, what do you want Jerry's legacy to be?
Because they have another one is charity, right? Is belong to Jerry's name. Right. One is belong to MEAN WELL. Okay. And also have the MEAN WELL company, or also have the partners, or have the shareware, and the inside is like this, and the middle side will be Jerry's Lin Foundation.
Jerry Lin Foundation.
Yeah, they also have, if a continue work is okay, they don't need to talk too much thing.
Yes, I understand.
You need to think is after you 100 years, who will handle for? Right. Yeah, they also have problems, right? Smile, right? Very well, I keep thinking is how can let the MEAN WELL can be like 100 years.
So what, 100 years from now?
100 years, 200 years, right?
Right.
Continue like it's like a group. People is continue growth.
Right. So all your decisions are always based about long-term partnership,
long-term plan.
but maybe longer than we think, 100, 200 years.
I think is, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's not my duty, right? It's
But just setting it up.
I
do the
needed
best you
to
can.
set up this kind of organization, this kind of system.
Right.
And they need to grow up,
Right.
continue to grow up. This is an important thing for me. Like power supply business will continue. I never regret. I will choose the power supply. You are the same.
I'm in a good business.
Yeah.
So power supply business is going to be continue to grow.
Keep on growing.
Yes.
So, and the more important is if you can offer for more 4S3H.
Right.
What kind of market you want?
Right.
If you want this kind of market, you decide it, and your people, FAE have more. If you look for this kind, then FAE is belong to me because with the cost, it's too far. This is your market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So develop some market for your field. This is your duty.
Right.
Okay?
So develop some market for my field.
Yeah, for your field.
Okay. Very good. Well, Jerry, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure coming to
Thank
see
you.
you, and we look forward to welcoming you to the United States in a couple more months.